Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all? I feel like I'm starting YouTube all over again. So this week I wasn't actually going to do a video, but then I got a strike of inspiration. And I'm here today to talk to you about body confidence, like the struggles of being plus size, but self-love, all of that blah 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 that you're all probably sick of me hearing about off of me and everything. But if it's something that you struggle with and that you are interested in hearing, do stay and watch the video. Also, if you know somebody that is kind of struggling a little bit, feel free to share it with them. So I asked just on Instagram like if people wanted me to talk about like certain things and like about me or whatever, but I'm also just going to talk about kind of like the past and my lead up to where I am today, because I haven't always been here, and I will get into that in the video. But I hope you all enjoy, and yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, I have it wrote down because of course you all know that I am thick and can't remember anything. So basically I'm just going to, before I get into answering the questions that people ask me, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my journey and everything. So if you've known me for a long time now, you probably know that I have never been skinny, if that makes sense. I've always been big boned, as people used to tell me when I was growing up. But yeah, I've tried diets, I've tried everything, blah blah blah, and honestly I was miserable because I love food. Oh my god, I love it so much. It brings me so much joy, and that probably sounds so stupid but it really does. And like doing them diets, like I didn't enjoy them, so explains why I'm here talking about this with ye. But yeah, I used to hate growing up like this, hated my body, and I hated like everything about it. But I don't know if I changed or like my attitude just changed, but we a different bitch now. We thick. No, but basically I just wanted to kind of talk about it. So growing up and stuff, I was always a little bit on the chunkier side. I was always massive compared to other children, and that's hurtful for you as a child to see that. And like little things, like even, do you know, like your aunties and stuff are not my aunties, like I love them all. Sorry Helen, don't come for me. But like, you know, people just be saying to like your ma or whatever, oh my god, and she massive and all, and I'm like, bitch, that's not good to say. Or like they'll say things being like, oh blah blah blah, but like I didn't eat overly bad as a child. Like I ate the same as like my brother and my sister, so I was always like, well, why am I like this, you know, that way. And like I kind of didn't, like I used to go to school and I used to like not eat my lunch, and then I'd be starving when I come home, so I demolished my dinner, like as if that made a difference, but in reality that was just unhealthy. But yeah, like even like I'm talking when I was like young, so like in primary school, like I always remember struggling to get a uniform that fitted me. And like yeah, I was actually only talking about this the other day, but you know the shirts that you used to wear in school? Well, I used to wear a polo shirt because the shirts were just so uncomfortable. They were bet onto me, and I was like, I just don't want to wear this. Like, so I used to wear a polo shirt with my skirt and my jumper. Nice, okay. But like sizing was ridiculous growing up, and like I'd be in like a 12 when I'm like 8. I'm not joking, like. And it was just like, it made you feel shit. And like, I know like a lot of people obviously do lose weight when they get older, and I was fully convinced that was going to happen to me, but I mean, we're here. And like, I know obviously a lot of it is like what you do yourself and stuff, but like, as I said, I wouldn't have ate overly bad when I was younger, and I was always like thicker, we use that word. And like, even like little things that would be said to you, you know, in like school or whatever, or like passing comments, like somebody could say like something, and like that would stay with you for the whole day. And that's part of the reason why like I didn't, like I used to eat my lunch or anything like that. I remember when I was in first year in school, like literally I was walking down like somewhere, and some like two like grown-ups, like literally I was in first year, they were in like 6th year, were like commenting on my weight, and like I was with the girls and commenting like just little stupid things that like obviously I don't know if they didn't know that we could hear them or whatever, but like literally that affected me to the point of like I was coming home, like my mom worked until after I was like finished school, so I used to come home, I wouldn't have ate my lunch in school, I used to throw it away. I come home then and give my dinner to the dog, like literally. And then, but then like a couple of hours later I'd be starving, and I'd be like, oh my god, what did I do that for, like blah blah, I'm so hungry. And like I couldn't really be like to my mom, oh well, I'm hungry because I was supposed to have ate my dinner like an hour ago. So then the whole thing of like sneaky eating, I don't know if that's what you call it, but like I used to literally go over and get like a 3-in-1 that was €2 in Hose at the time, and like I literally used to do that nearly every day. So then that obviously wasn't helping, but like I'd be like, oh well, I'm not going to do that today, so it's fine, I just won't eat my lunch, I won't eat my dinner, I'll go to bed or whatever. But it got to the point where I was doing that every single day, and I just felt like shit. So then it finally came out, everything that happened. And my ma used to check the bin every day to make sure that I wasn't throwing my lunch away. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. But I copped on, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Also, there was a bit of a drama to that story. But yeah, when everything came out, I was just like, right, fuck this. And I started eating my lunch again, started eating my dinner, and like everything was okay. And yeah, that was the end of that story really. But like, you shouldn't get to the point where you're like not eating because of something somebody has said. Anyway, yeah, that just shows though that like the littlest of comments can affect somebody in the wildest way. Like literally, them people probably didn't realise that it would have made much of an impact on me or like on anybody, but like it obviously did. And that went on for a couple of weeks, like of me not eating my lunch. Like my ma, when she found out, like, she actually bet the shit out of me, I'm not even joking. And this actually is relating to the sizing as well. So not only like with my uniform and stuff, like I remember in secondary school I used to, like, sizing is absolutely ridiculous, because in secondary school I used to have to fucking get my skirt made, like. Okay lads, so I've just been informed by my ma that I didn't have to get my skirt made. Fuck off. But it was just never in Shaw's, where you, like in Carlow, where you buy your school uniform. So I used to have to order it in, but it didn't have to be made. Alright, okay, thank you. And I wasn't like as big, like I was bigger than everybody else that I kind of hung around with and stuff, but I wasn't like overly big, so like there shouldn't have been a need for me to get my skirt made, like. But another thing I want to just touch on is, like, do you know, like when you're in a shop and they're like the likes of like Only and Villa and stuff, and their extra large is like a 14. Like, so if you're like a size 18 or 20, like you're going to be extra large. That makes you feel shit. Like, there's no way that a size 14 is an extra large, like. these people need to sort their shit out, because that is ridiculous on my thoughts on, yeah, if that's the correct way to say it. Like, I just think that's crazy, because like that just makes somebody feel 10 times worse about themselves. Like, if you're going to a shop, you don't, and like the sizing is out, you don't want to be like, hi, can I get an extra large? Like, obviously you're not going to go and ask that. Like, you're going to feel shit after doing that. So like, I think that it should, like, I don't know, I don't think there should be like a large, extra large. I feel like it should just be sizing, because I don't know, like, I just think that can make somebody feel so bad about themselves, and they shouldn't feel like bad about themselves. But I feel like now in this day and age, being plus size is more normalized. So like, there's like sites with plus size stuff, like shops go up to like a 20, 22, like a lot. And I don't know if this is just because I've gotten older, but like a lot more people are like accepting of it. Is that the accepting? Yeah of it. And like, the only comments you ever really get is off of like kids that don't really realise what they're saying affects people. Well, they probably do when they're just little shits, to be honest. Remember like starting different diets and stuff, and as I said from the start there, like, I love food too much. Like, it got to the stage there that was ridiculous now, to be honest, because me and my friend Aoife were going to get takeaway dinner every night, but like, that's stopped now, and like, I feel so much better about that, because I know that I'm not eating overly bad, like, and I think that's why I'm kind of starting to feel a little bit better in myself. But I remember even like, you know, when you're younger and you just like want to borrow clothes off people, I never could, because I was always like thicker, chunkier than them. And even now, like, the girls are like, oh, you can borrow this. I'm like, who do you think that's going to fit? But like, as I said, I think being plus size is a little bit more normalised now. I can get fashionable, trendy clothes rather than this like tablecloths that they used to make for plus size girls, because like, I remember even when I was like 15 and 16 and stuff, and like going, like wanting to buy fashionable clothes, and like literally the only shop there was Graham's. Is that what's called? No, Evans. And like, literally it was like a tablecloth, and like, I never could like dress trendy or whatever. I was betting to have clothes that I was wearing, to be honest. But like, now there's like all the online shops, even some of the like shops in town go up to like 20 or 22, and like, I think when you're that young, you don't want to be in them sizes, and like, you don't want to be asking for like a 16 or an 18, and like, that can affect you as well. But like, I think a lot of the time when I was younger, like, I'd start a diet, it wouldn't work, and I'd be like, oh, fuck's sake, and I go back to the same way that I was, and I still do that. Like, I joined Slimming World like 3 years ago, and it went so well, and I really enjoyed it, and then I started getting out of routine, and I put all the weight back on that I had lost, and I kind of felt a little bit shit. But like, I don't know, like, I feel like with Slimming World and stuff, it was so good at the time, but then like, when I was that young, I was going out drinking every night, I was going out drinking every weekend, my friends were eating all this stuff, and I was like, well, if they can eat, why can't I eat it? So like, everybody's different, everybody's body is different, and just because they can eat it doesn't mean that I can't, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, that's that on that. I think I've covered kind of everything that I wanted to talk about, so I'm just going to answer a few of the questions that I'm after getting. Okay lads, so basically, right, I'm just going to go and answer the questions. I just went on to check there if there was any more, because I don't want to leave anybody out. And if you have seen my post, I posted me in a bikini, another bikini picture. I don't look like Stevie Wonder in this one, and like, it's absolutely gone crazy. I'm not even joking. Like, it's up probably about 20 minutes, and like the support has been unreal, no joke. But basically, before I get into the questions, because I know like obviously a few plus size girls follow me, and if you're watching this and you can get tan to stick to the upper thighs of your legs, please give me tips, right? Because like literally the tan just doesn't stick up there for me. And I literally only thought of this because a girl messaged me about it, because the same thing happens to her. And if you have any hints or tips or anything that can help, please do let me know, and I will let her know, because it's a pain in my hole. Like literally, look at this. Oh, you can't see it now. Like, excuse me. Like, look at how white that is, and it drives me insane. Like, I actually cannot cope. So if you know how, please let me know, okay? So one of the questions is that she kind of struggles to find sizing online, and I'm not gonna lie, so do I. But usually, okay, I'm usually around a 20 to a 22, depending these days, because you know, quarantine. I always, so say if I want something that's oversized, I'm not afraid to like literally get like a 26. I'm not joking, I will, because majority of clothes shrink anyway. I don't know if it's just mine or if it's yours, but majority of them shrink. So I'd rather have something that's too big than too small. So you can work with too big, you know, that way. Like if something's too big, you can get it taken in, you can get like baggy wear out of it. I'd rather go too big than too little. So sorry, I don't know what is going on. So basically I usually get, mostly online, I always go with, like, depending on the site, okay, so I usually go with a 22, and sometimes they can be a little bit hit and miss. So they might be either too big or too small. Majority of times they're too small. But one thing I struggle with a lot is bodysuits. For fuck's sake, I'm sorry for cursing, but they frustrate me, because if you ever see me wearing a bodysuit, the back of it's going to be hanging out, because I never ever close them, purely because I just can't. Like, the body isn't long enough. But yeah, like them kind of things don't bother me. Like, I will just tuck it into my trousers, but I would like, obviously, if I could wear it as a bodysuit the way it's supposed to be worn. Sizing online, yeah, okay, I'd always recommend sizing up, getting your normal size or sizing up, because you'd rather them be too big than too small. Most of the sizing I get does be accurate enough though, it honestly does. And then one of the girls asked me just about like where she kind of struggles a little bit with trying to find clothes and find shops and stuff. So she just asked me what my go-to shops are, and if you don't know by now, they are Boohoo, even though all the scandal with Boohoo these days, I haven't ordered off them in a while. So there's Boohoo, my newest one is Shein. So good for plus size clothing, honestly, like, and they have everything. It's worth the wait that you wait for them, like, because you're not feeling shit. Then when you try something on, you're just like, oh my god. I think out of the whole time that I've ordered off Shein, there's been about 4 things that I didn't like. There's been like 2 things that didn't fit. And like, you're not losing money on them really, because like they're so cheap. Honestly, they're my 2 go-to plus size kind of online shops. I've also ordered off Pretty Little Thing, which I really like. I didn't order loads of stuff off Pretty Little Thing, so I actually don't really know what to go with on that. So, but I've ordered tops, and I got all of the tops in like a size 20, which were perfect. And like, I have a big back, so like tops and stuff are a little bit hard to come by, but like they were perfect. So Pretty Little Thing, Boohoo and Shein are my go-to shops. Misguided supposedly is very good as well. I haven't ordered off it, so I'm not sure, but you should give them one to try anyway. Yeah, and let me know how you get on with, yeah, as I said, there's like unreal clothes on Shein, honestly, so good, so good. It's worth the 10 or 11 days delivery that you'll be waiting for. And then the last question is how to stop comparing yourself to people. And honestly, I still do this. So like a lot of people like want, like, you know, when like people describe people as like thick, that's like somebody with like big thighs and like somebody with a big bum but no belly. That's not realistic. And like one thing, actually I should have spoke about this when I was talking there at the start, but one thing that annoys the living soul out of me is boys that like you in secret. Like, there would be nothing better if somebody that just likes plus size girls would be actually open and honest about it, but there's this hiding shit and like, oh, don't tell anyone. Bitch, fuck off, like you're a pure coward. But I just wanted to get that out there because I would have been hating myself if I didn't mention that in this video. But comparing yourself to people, honestly, I still do it. Like, I follow a lot of like plus size models on Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I love my stomach like flatter like theirs. But like, your body is yours and it's gotten you to where you are today, and it's perfect in its own little ways. So like, if you've seen my Instagram post, I didn't edit out my stretch marks, I didn't edit the top of my thighs where it's pure white. Like, literally every inch of you is perfection and you should love it. Like, don't try, I know it's so hard, like literally, you even down to like girls that don't wear glasses, I'm like, oh my god, I'd love it if I didn't wear glasses. But like, I look so different without glasses, I'm not myself. But you should like catch yourself. If you're starting to do it, you should be like, no, I like, say for every bad thing that you don't like about yourself, you should give yourself 2 things that you do like about yourself and see how that helps. But honestly, I don't think we'll ever not compare ourselves to other people, and like, we shouldn't feel bad about that either, because it is normal and everyone does it. Everyone. If you can tell me, if you can hand on heart message me and tell me that you don't compare yourself to other people, like, fair play to you, because I know for a fact that like everyone compares themselves to other people. But you should love yourself for who you are and where you are, because if you didn't make them decisions and you weren't, if you didn't do these things, or if you didn't eat that burger, you would not be where you are today. And listen, I'm just going to finish on one note, because I always say this to myself. I'll be like, no, say if like somebody's like, oh, I need to lose weight, or like, oh, I feel shit, and I'm like, yeah, but did you like that burger, or did you enjoy yourself? Are you happy that you ate that McDonald's? Because if you are, keep it up. Honestly, I love you all. You are all beautiful, and make sure to like, subscribe and share with all of your friends. Comment down below and let me know what you all think of this video. And yes, thank you. I love you.